welcome back to another Crossing Confessions. I'm here with my friend AnonymousPandas.
Hello, yes.
And we are talking about the newest update. If you couldn't tell, we're all dressed up and ready for October.
Super dressed up for the occasion
Yep.
in my beautiful zombie outfit.
You look like a professional zombie, ready for the day or night.
Yeah, like super business cash. You know, like the dress is kind of cash, but the hat isn't, you know?
Right. Comfy dress, comfortable but functional.
Exactly.
And fashionable.
And fashionable. And I've got, my nice shades. It's a good look. And then you're just straight fall vampire, which I am not upset about.
It's ironic because I have a sunflower on my apron, but I'm a vampire, so...
It's fine. At least, I think it would be even more hilarious if it was garlic, though.
Oh, that's such a good... I might have to make that a dress.
Just for your vampire life.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's so
goodness.
good. I'm really happy. But yeah, I'm so happy with, like, the new eyes and skin tones and stuff. I know that they're, like, for Halloween, but honestly... I could rock this pale out, like, all day.
I kind of wish I could rock the pink eyes all day long.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that is one thing. I wish... I know that a lot of this stuff is going to go away, but I wish it would stay.
Well, I think the pale skin and the eyes are going to stay.
Oh, okay.
Because they're recipes you learn from the Nook Miles or whatever.
True. Yeah, you're right. Good point.
I do wish they added more hairstyles, though.
Oh, me too. This is the only hairstyle that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I want more variety.
I feel like this hairstyle is like everybody's default because it's super nice. I have really curly hair, and this is like the only hair that looks curly and has bangs.
Right.
The other curly hair doesn't have bangs. So I want them to add more curly hair in the future.
I feel that. Totally feel that. I just I don't know. I feel like New Leaf had just a poop ton. New Leaf in general had a lot of stuff that's just kind of missing from New Horizons.
Yeah.
And I get that, with the way that Nintendo is running New Horizons, they could very easily add it in the future.
Right.
But I'm like, why am I waiting for a feature that New Leaf just had
to begin with? Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like, I almost feel like why couldn't they just take the 3D assets they had and improve on them rather than like create brand new ones from scratch?
Sure.
Because, we've been talking about missing furniture for a while, and it's just like, I want the wigs as hairstyles. Pocket Camp has so many hairstyles/wigs.
Yep.
And I want them. I 100% want them.
No, I completely agree. And it's just, it adds, that extra level of variety and just, I don't know, customization, funness. But the main thing that I really want is gyroids.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think they're going to come for November.
I hope they are. Like, I know they'll come in eventually, but I am just in general not a very patient person.
I used to not really care that much about gyroids only because I couldn't do anything with them besides put them in my house. But having them outside would be really funny. Like, imagine making a stage choir of gyroids just stacked up a hill. It would be really funny.
I always liked the noises they made. So I was just, I don't know, that was always the fun thing to me. I've heard the rumors too of Brewster coming in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really pumped for that.
Again, I think that's another possible fall thing that might come along.
It would be very possible for those two to come in together because Brewster was, all about the gyroids back in the day. So I think that would be a definite possibility.
There's been a lot of talk about where Brewster would be. I personally would love his own building again.
I was just gonna say that. I don't think he will though, just because of how they didn't give Luna her own building.
Leaf and Kix don't have their own building.
Yeah, so it's just I really want him to. I have a space reserved for it.
Yeah, my pumpkin patch was originally going to be a Brewster space. If I did see that he could be added in the museum, the only places I saw that would fit is there's a couple of doors in the museum. And when I think it was Boundary Break did it, they found little squares behind certain doors, like in Timmy and Tommy's shop and in the back room with the kind of height chart of all the animals on the back right. So
yeah.
Those are kind of areas that have these blocks behind them where it's possible that there'll be a door there eventually. Which makes me wonder also if Timmy and Tommy have that block in their shop as well on the left-hand side. I wonder if Leaf would eventually go in there again.
That, I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. I
Mm.
think in general, another expansion. I don't think they can end Nook's Cranny at where it's at. You know, every single one has had like 4 upgrades for Nooks.
Yeah, especially with the 2-floor one. And there's another block behind the staircase on the right hand side behind the cash register. But again, like if they change the interior around, it would still make sense.
Yeah.
Or if they would just get a whole new building. But I don't see why they would have those blocks behind the doors if they didn't plan on just expanding the way it looks now.
Exactly. And I mean, it's also just them leaving the opportunity so they don't have to do it right away. They can just trickle it out whenever they feel like it, which is kind of their MO. I get it.
In order of when I think things will come out, I think Brewster will come out in November, possibly with gyroids. It makes sense to have coffee in the fall. If not Brewster, then I think we're going to get more vegetables because we've talked about this before, how there were like carrots and other things that were in the code. They've since been removed or hidden from it, but I still think November would be a good time to get more vegetables because you can make things like cornucopias, you can make things like Thanksgiving food, or Harvest Festival food.
So when pumpkins came out, I was like, okay, well, obviously I need a pumpkin patch. So I've been kind of completely redoing my town to make a pumpkin patch area. But as I was doing it, I was like, crud, I don't know where to put this darn thing because, like, I need all my space. I don't remember which vegetables were in the code, but, like, corn, I think would be really fun, especially for that November update. Also, just picture how nice corn would look.
And corn furniture would work really well.
Exactly. Can you picture just a bed as a corn on the cob? Like, hello.
I think like a sliced open tomato would be really good too. Kind of like how the rose bed is very red and it's just has that flat, like slice a tomato and have. I think tomatoes were also on the list.
I think New Leaf had them as well, but I'm just picturing from the original Animal Crossing. They had like the citrus furniture and it was just kind of the sliced open fruit just was the furniture.
Yeah, they had that in the original Animal Crossing too. It was very popular.
I loved those, and like the Lotus set was another really good one I liked. I think there's definitely a precedent for furniture items like that set in the previous Animal Crossing, so I don't think it's a huge leap at all.
No, definitely not.
Frankly, I just love vegetables. And I want more things to decorate my town with.
Yeah, my biggest thing is I want more food items. Like, besides coffee cups and, like, empty plates, we don't really have that many items for food. Like, we have the fruit basket, we have, like, the table with the roundabout on it, but other than that, there's really not much to do with food. So, like, food items you can place on things would be really, really awesome.
Yeah. I don't know how much you played Happy Home Designer.
I did play a lot of Happy Home Designer.
But that game had just a ton of food products. When I would decorate with them, I was like, man, this makes it feel just so much more alive.
Yeah.
And I feel like I do feel like we're missing that in New Horizons. As much as I love it, I just think having those extra little detail items would really take it to the next step. I'm a big fan.
You know how we have a lot of public works projects? I feel like we are missing some of those. I want to spend my Nook miles on more stuff for my environment.
I agree. Every time I look at current rewards, I'm like, man.
I check them almost every time there's an update just in case.
I'm right there with you. Like, I have a large fountain, the craftable big fountain, kind of right when you come into my town. And I really like that. And I want to do more stuff like that. But it's just like, what do you use? There aren't a whole lot of kind of the larger items.
I would love the trellis back. The wisteria trellis. It would also be really cool to customize the trellis to have different things, like have them have ivy or have them have. And the nice thing about doing something like that would be you can customize it to fit the season. Like, imagine how cute it would be in the winter if you had like little hollies sticking off of them or leaves sticking off. If you had a trellis with different seasonal items, it would be really cute.
While we don't have the public works projects, I do feel like we have a lot of really good, just in general, public furniture, like with the phone booth and the snack machine.
Yeah, there are really good ones.
Yeah, and like my town is decked out in streetlights. I might have a streetlight problem. I have to have at least there's got to be at least 20 or 30 in my
That's like
town.
me with bushes. I have an absurd amount of
Oh
bushes in my
gosh,
town.
my bush. Yeah, I had a bush problem, and then when I was redoing kind of my downtown area a few months ago, I removed all the bushes in my town, and they're currently kind of just situated
Mm.
just in a random blank spot away from everything. And I looked at it, and there's a lot there.
I honestly was like, oh, I would love to swap out all my bushes each season, but
That'd be so much work.
the problem in that, and you can't store like alive, fully grown bushes. So what would I do with all the extra ones? There's over 200 bushes on my island.
Right. What I kind of did for mine is I have kind of at least one or two of each season in kind of each area of my town. So there's always something blooming, and then they just rotate among themselves. And I really liked how that turned out.
That's cute.
Especially when I'm trying to, make room for the new stuff. I've made room, like I said, for Brewster's Cafe if we ever get one, God willing. What else can I anticipate for, but still make my town look the way that I want it to?
Going back to the Brewster thing,
Mhm.
I really want him to have his own building.
I do too.
I want the island to feel more alive because I have Samson's restaurant. It's empty and it just is there just to be there because like I wanted it to feel like a town center plaza area. But like having functional buildings is so much nicer because
Yes.
I don't really get to go into Sampy's restaurant very often unless I was like, "Hey everybody, let's go."
Yeah, exactly.
And even then, some of the booths you can't sit in because they're up against a wall. I also would love to have mannequins back because I feel like those made the town feel more lively, even if they were just like ominous, dark figures with clothing on. Just made it a little interesting. I would love cutouts. Seasonal cutouts would be super good.
Yes, I agree. Just in general, more furniture.
Yeah, I mean that's been a thing that the community has been asking for nonstop, and we are getting more furniture. We have the pumpkin stuff for November. I'm hoping for food. I'm hoping for harvest furniture because the harvest set is one of my favorite sets in Animal Crossing.
Same.
And I want more vegetables because I might swap out all of my flower gardens for vegetable gardens instead.
I don't think I'll swap out all of mine, but definitely a few of them.
Like
will
the
turn
common
into-
flowers that I don't care
Yeah.
about. Because originally
Right.
I had gardens for flowers because I wanted to make recipes with them. I have like 2 of them that I actually use to make recipes, and that's about it.
I honestly haven't been getting much of the flower recipes, which is a little frustrating.
Yeah, I like all the wreaths and stuff. I was like, oh, I'll have one of every kind of wreath possibility, but I don't even make them for me
Right.
or my villagers, so why does it matter?
Right, exactly.
Also, Brewster coming in for November would be perfect because we grew our pumpkins. We can have pumpkin spice coffee.
I also I want to walk around my town with a little Starbucks
Coffee
cup. 'Cause
yeah.
I'm just that kind of gal. But I'm very excited. It's been a process. I've had a long day of just Animal Crossing.
It's not a bad day if it's a long day of Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I have zero complaints. It's been so much fun. Despite New Horizons kind of not having everything that the previous games had, I've been really enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Just, aside from the OG, I think this one might be my favorite.
Oh, this one absolutely is my favorite. No questions. Like, I love the old one. I love New Leaf. But this one has added so much to it in a way that the others didn't. Like, if you ask me about personalities, New Leaf and the OG one, 100%. The characters were more personable and unpersonable, and they were more dynamic. Besides that, the fact that all of New Horizons has been just, like, so different and unique, it's going to be hard for me to be like, oh yeah, the older ones are better. When I can put furniture outside, I can decorate the entire town. I have so much creative freedom on everything. And it makes it more accessible for people who aren't as creative. In New Leaf, people who, didn't have the vision to put pathing down in a specific way just didn't do it. And it made it feel a little bit more like barren, like it's a standard New Leaf town. Whereas having your own paths already gives a chance for people who don't think about that kind of stuff to proactively try to do it, which is awesome.
Yes, I wholeheartedly. And the customization too, as they offer enough options that like you don't like how this looks, well here's another couple of options, and it satisfies really a lot of different tastes and styles without needing to individually decide what you want each element to look like.
Right.
So I totally agree. That's a big deal.
Okay, so this is very early on. The update, it's officially October 1st as of recording. But I noticed that you can get different colored pumpkins depending on just you won't find out until they grow. I'm curious if there will be different types of pumpkins for different types of recipes, kind of like the young spring bamboo versus the other bamboo.
I feel like that makes sense, at least to me. And I feel like I saw that when you're customizing, you can change the color of an item. If you had, say, a recipe that was an orange pumpkin, you could change it to a green one if you have a green pumpkin.
Oh, I didn't
So I
realize.
think that's another option. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So you just you customize it while you're crafting it?
No, it's after the fact. It's just in the customization. At least that's what I think I saw. Let me phrase it this way. I only saw the customization menu. I didn't see it in the crafting menu.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I didn't like overanalyze it.
I did.
I usually do, but I was like, I had just woken up and I like turned on my phone and I was like, this is nice. And then I called it a day. I wouldn't mind, you know how there's like mini holidays, like the, grape harvest festival that we got a grape backpack for? I wouldn't mind if they had implemented some way like little mini holidays.
Just something small.
Not like a full-blown holiday, but be like, oh, on bushes, the grapes will grow this day of the year and that's it. And you can pick them. Like something cute like that would be really neat.
No, I agree. I think that would be pretty cool. Just something small, and just to kind of eliminate good old FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't make it a huge reward for it, but just something small for people who happen to catch it.
Kind of like fishing and bug tourneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mostly just wanted the fishing tourney items. I thought those were really interesting, so...
Yeah, no, the fishing tourney items were definitely really good. Honestly, I don't know how they could do this, but I think it would be cool if there were specific items you could put on trees yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
Imagine like a little maple tap on a tree.
Yeah! Oh my god, that'd be so cute!
Super cute.
Well, like you said, like the garlands too, because another common thing is to wrap that stuff around the trunk, which I think that would probably be a little more feasible.
I would also love to be able to hang stuff on other furniture, like on the panels, for example. Being able to put a sign or like a picture on a panel would be really cute.
Yeah, no, I agree on that for sure. And then this isn't as necessary for me, but I think it'd be kind of neat if you could kind of customize roof items a little bit more, because really you just kind of have your chimney and that's it.
I want the whole house to be more customizable. I feel like even though they have more designs, the types of designs are very similar. Like they're just color coded and there's like 5 different designs. Whereas with New Leaf, you could have like customized fences outside or customized like
your house shape could be customized.
Yeah, and the roof style would be, I mean, we have those different styles, but more along the lines of the variety that we had in New Leaf.
Yeah. I do like though that we can change it at will. It's not
like, yeah, that's so nice.
You don't have to wait for this particular style you want to show up in Nooks, because I waited for months for the style of like the exterior style that I wanted, and it just never showed up. And there's nothing you can do about it. So I do appreciate that we can just do whatever whenever we want. And, well, once you obviously pay off your house all the way, but still.
Well, that was a good vent sesh. I definitely needed to get that out of my system. I think I'm just so excited about pumpkins and pumpkin furniture that the possibility of more furniture from either food or food furniture is just like super exciting.
Yeah, I'm frothing at the mouth about it.
So, Pandas, is there anywhere we can find you that you want to shout out?
Oh my. Well, sometimes when the wind blows in the correct direction, you can find me at twitch.tv/AnonymousPandas.
Perfect. Pandas, thank you for joining me on our little crossing confessions.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have to do this again sometime.
Indeedly do.
And, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye!